Okay, well here's something that might be of interest to a few people. My t-calss amp from China finally arrived. So come on camera, focus. Yeah. It's a Muse Audio DT-50. Not to be confused with the DT-50A. That is a mains powered unit. Has much the same specifications, but its power is a completely different beast altogether. This little guy is rated at, well, these are Chinese made amps, so we can take all this with a grain of salt. 50 watts into 8, 75 into 4. Currently got hooked up to the suitcase speakers, which are 8 ohms, 8 ohms, 9 ohms, whatever. Yeah. So, sort of, my initial impressions are it's fairly reasonable. I'll go over some of the finer points. Came with a, even though this is supposed to be a 24 volt unit, it only came with a 19 volt 2 amp power supply. Unfortunately it shipped with a European, German connector, so I had to go, a cloverleaf connector, so I did have to go and get a replacement for that. No big deal on that department. One thing that did kind of scare me a little bit is when I plugged in the DC there, some sparks came out. I was like, shit. So yeah, if you do get this thing, plug everything in first before you turn it on. Apart from that, one of the main reasons I got this one over some of the other competing ones, say topping or whatever, this one actually has a proper speaker protection circuit, and I opened the back up and yes it does indeed. Also it has quite a reasonable filter cap on the DC supply, so yeah. Another curious, it has sort of usual gold terminals. I need to take them off and rearrange them so they're a bit more in alignment, but yeah, so it's got 2 audio inputs, which is kind of nice. So yeah, one thing I couldn't figure out from the eBay is how it says it has bass and treble controls. Couldn't figure out how on earth that would work because it doesn't have any bass and treble knobs, but turns out this is a infinite volume control, and push it once the treble and then you can it's kind of tricky. A quarter turn is plus 10 decibels, a quarter turn the other is minus, so you can sort of have to zero it. You sort of have to sort of max it out to sort of a alignment to a knob, and then you can sort of get it back to flat, and then sort of push it up or push it down. You press it again, you can do the same with bass. It works. It works. The output is good, but it is a bit fiddly and silly. So that's that. Build quality. It's all metal, but it does sort of feel a bit sort of tinny, and yeah. Well, what I'm looking for is, it's metal, but it doesn't feel well finished, if that makes any sense. Like, things are a bit loose, and like the selector knob, you sort of have to press it at just the right angle for it to work, otherwise it doesn't. So yeah, I mean, it's Chinese, you get what you pay for. This cost me about 105 New Zealand shipped. No, sorry, 105 US shipped to New Zealand. So I guess I'll turn the thing on and give you a quick demo. Bear in mind that the mic on this camera is really shit. So yeah. So let's see if we can. You might be able to hear the relay kick in. Yeah, I'm just going to hear the relay there. So I don't know, what have we on? If you haven't heard of Lord yet, you are missing out. Let's see that go. So yeah, that's something to think about. Is it doesn't reset to 0 when you turn it back on. So before you turn the thing off, twist the volume knob to the left a few times.
My mother's love is chosen me. I'm sick of words that hang above my head. What about the kid? It's time the kid got free.
does have some bass response. Yeah, I plan to do a more detailed review. I'm really interested to see what it'll sound like after I get it on the battery, the proper 24 volt battery power supply. Because these tri-path amps, their rate, you can chuck them on 24 volts, and apparently that's how you start getting the true output out of them. So yeah, I've got my batteries. I've got some nice Panasonics. Yeah, there were some nice Panasonics coming in. Get that hooked up, and we'll see how that goes. So yeah, should you buy this thing? Yeah. I'm going to run it for a few hours and make sure it doesn't go kaputsk. Overall, considering the price I paid for it, I'm pretty impressed. The sound output is as good as proper 4 transistor Philips here. Yeah, give them a go. I'll catch you later.